Hey guys, Shane from Jaggs Journeys. Welcome again along to this week's weekly catch up. I hope everyone had an awesome week and weekend that you just had as well. And thanks to everyone who joined me last week. We had quite a lengthy chat last week, and that was greatly appreciated. Awesome interaction from you guys as far as conversations go, and we'll do the same again tonight. Obviously, got a little bit of an agenda to go through, or just some updates really on what's been happening around the parks of late. And then obviously, if you've got questions in that there, we'll say good day as well. So hi to everyone who's saying hi currently and joining me on the live tonight. And once again, this is 8 o'clock Queensland time every Monday night. I'll be doing a live stream here for you guys. And again, it's just a bit of a catch up. Bit of questions and answers, and also we run through some stuff that's happening as well. So I know some people are very busy and may not have had a chance to catch up on videos or Instagram, that kind of thing. So yeah, it's essentially our little our weekly catch up here. So yeah, once again, hi to everyone who is jumping on now and saying hi. I really appreciate everyone on here tonight. I'm just gonna kick off with a couple of things. Probably just Movie World, actually. Obviously, they had their opening night of White Christmas 2023 last week on Friday night, and I attended that one. So if you haven't already seen it, I do have a video out, which I dropped on Sunday night for the opening night of White Christmas at Movie World. And definitely was an awesome event. If you haven't been to one, you definitely got to try and get along to one of these events. And if you are a pass holder, you get that free ticket, which is awesome because otherwise it's $89 for adults and $69 for kids. So yeah, it can be pretty pricey considering then you get in and then there's other things to buy. But all the rides are open, which is pretty cool. Although I find if you're coming for that event, you just don't have time to ride the rides. It is full on. And because I'm filming and I'm trying to capture everything that's happening on the night for you guys, so you can watch it to see if, hey, should I attend? Is it worth going? Or hey, I can't make it. Let's watch it and get the full extent of it. Obviously, I do cut it down a little bit in terms of the shows, so I don't show the full entire show of every single show for you, because it just goes on, and then I run into copyright issues with music and that sort of thing as well. So we just did sort of snippets of the shows, and I think there was only 2 shows that I might have just missed. And when I say shows, these are just essentially pop-up shows. So maybe 3 to 5 minute shows that pop up around the park. But if you are going along, check out the Movie World app because they have all the entertainment schedule on there, and it's pretty full on. And it starts at 5:30. There's the opening moment at 5:30 at the top of Main Street. That's when it all starts. And then pretty much straight after that, there's not much gap in between the shows. Very little gap, in fact. So in between then, you got to sort of try and get some character photos or see Santa or try and get a ride in if you want to do rides, and have a look around the park. There's a few other extra things you can do there in regards to extra activities that do cost a little bit of extra money. There's some decorating and shortbread decorating, bauble making, find Frosty's missing buttons and get a prize. There's all sorts of things going on there. So yeah, it's a really good night. I'd highly recommend going. They are selling out fast. Apparently online, the nights are selling out really fast. So have a look online and book yourself a ticket. Redeem your free one if you've got one. Definitely worth doing. While I was at Movie World 2, I did notice a couple of things actually. And I did put this on the video in the Kids WB area. The new game that they've been building for the last, I don't know, month or so is now open. So that's the Hooker Duck game. It's in Kids WB. So it's another carnival game. Really awesome to see that open. And it was actually really busy when we were there. And the staff were saying that it's quite busy all night. That was opening night. So that's really cool. I did also notice that in regards to the Flash, so I had a quick look before I got into the night. I didn't put it in the video because I wanted that Christmas video to be just a Christmas video. But they are doing more work on the Flash Speed Force, and in terms of the entryway. So if you're walking from the fountain towards Superman, you head to the right to go into the little walkway to Superman, or there's going to be a new entry on the left. So they have started doing that, and there's more work that's been done now on that entry, and new pathway and everything in there. So looking really good. So that's exciting. A heap of work is going on inside the actual area as well. It wasn't just a case of them moving it from Wet and Wild and bang, turning it on and off it goes. They're rebuilding the whole thing. So it's going to be like a new attraction, essentially. So it'd be interesting to see how it rides, and the theming that they do. It's going to look good, of course. So again, April 2024 for that one. We couldn't get too much of a view of any Wizard of Oz construction. Unfortunately, there is definitely a stack of stuff going on in there as well. Haven't seen anything go vertical yet. So we haven't really got too much to report on from a Wizard of Oz perspective. However, I do know that they are building a couple of new retail stores in the park, and there will be a Wizard of Oz store coming to Movie World, and that is in another location. So unfortunately, it won't be around where the ride or attractions are, but still, it's exciting to have a specific store coming up for Wizard of Oz. So that's really exciting. I checked on the app just earlier, and it said Doomsday is down again on a temporary closure. I think it might have gone down on the weekend. Not sure if it came up again or anything like that, but it was operational Friday night when I was there, at its half cycle, obviously. And I think I heard Saturday night it wasn't operational Saturday night. So whether it's been down since Saturday or whether it came up again Sunday, not sure, but it still says temporary closure. Other than that ride and Scooby, obviously, everything else is open at Movie World now. So that's really cool. All rides and attractions are open, ready for the holidays, which is exciting. Before we move on, I'll just scroll back up and go through some of your questions. And thanks to those, if you joined me on my live feed on Saturday from Dreamworld, by the way, it's about an hour. Just had a walk around. Just wanted to show a little bit more of what was happening as far as construction and that kind of thing around there on a live feed, because I had that Christmas video to edit, and then which takes me probably like 6 hours to edit that video. So then to do another video and edit was just, I had so much on that weekend myself outside of filming. So we chose to do a live, which is cool. So I love the interaction with you guys. Let me see. What do we got here? Scroll back. Everyone's saying hi. And again, hi to everyone who is jumping on. Hi out there at Bribey Island. Hi, South Australia. All around the place. Went to White Water World today, and the wedgie is still in one piece. No demolition yet. Yeah, we heard that the wedgie, this is at White Water World Water Park. The wedgie ride, it's been closed for quite some time. I'm talking, it would have to be a couple of years, I think, or if not longer, maybe a couple of years. It's been removed from their website as well. So we're just sort of speculating that probably is going to go. We could be wrong. It could be just long-term closure until they sort whatever else. I'm not sure what the issue is with it, or whether it's just something they got to retire. So potentially that could be removed. Or it could be refreshed and open again soon. But I'd say it's probably going to go. All right. Okay. Do I know when Scooby-Doo is reopening? All we know is 2025. Now, we're not sure if that is the beginning of 2025 or the end. Now, originally, though, it was supposed to open the back end of 2024. So maybe it would be the start of 2025. I don't know. Maybe it is a whole nother year. Really not too sure. I know they're getting new Scooby carriages for the coaster. They'll look the same, or they'll look similar. So new ride carriages. I think they'll have a test seat out the front of the ride, which is going to be cool, like they're doing now with most attractions. And they're essentially, again, they're changing the whole ride operating system. Not sure if they're doing too much else to it. Speculation, or they're changing it back a bit more to how it's going to look originally. Other people are saying not much is changing in that respect. So I just hope they get rid of that last, right at the end of the ride, that last dip where it smacks your back or your tailbone, it gets me every time. So I just want that gone, and I'd love it. But anyway, we'll see what they're going to do. But no, unfortunately, no firm date on that. But as soon as they do release a firm date, obviously myself and anyone else who's doing social media, theme park stuff, we'll all have it on our channels, and it'll all be announced and plastered, I'm sure. So watch this space, I guess. I was wondering if you have any general or specific recommendations for accommodation in the Gold Coast, maybe somewhere within walking distance to a beach. Yeah, look, there is a ton of accommodation, particularly walking distance to the beach in Surfers Paradise, Broad Beach, Main Beach, Mermaid Beach, Palm Beach. Depends where you want to be, really, because if you want to be in that surfers area, there's plenty. And again, it depends if you're wanting, if you're just a couple or whether you're a family, because there's some awesome family resorts that are still walking distance to the beach, maybe a block back. But there's some really awesome one that springs to mind. I might get it wrong. I think it's Paradise Resort. Might be 2 blocks back from the highway, and it's sort of at the northern end of Surfers, not right amongst the hustle and bustle. But it's a really awesome resort. They've even got a merry-go-round there, ice skating, a water park. There's all those sort of places. If you're talking near, I know you said the beach, but there's plenty of properties the beach. But near the theme parks, as far as near the movie world and sort of Dreamworld, there's like camping grounds there, like the big 4 ones, and cabins and that, and really, really nice, like really awesome quality. And the big 4 up there has an amazing water park, like one that you'd probably see. Well, when I say water park, it's more of that water park, like in the middle of maybe like the kids area with the big tippy bucket, and there is water slides. Actually, there's water slides there, so most of them now have that kind of stuff. It's pretty cool. So it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for just a nice apartment with an ocean view and a walk to the beach, there's plenty, absolutely plenty on offer. And there's just too many for me to sort of name a few, because I don't know your budget either, because obviously they range from a certain price up to the sky's the limit, really. So yeah, I guess when you're searching, just search for beachfront or close to beach or something like that. And look, certainly if you find something and you can't figure out, is this going to be good or whatever, shoot me a message on Instagram. I mean, I've lived in the Gold Coast for well over 21 years, so I'm happy to. I pretty much I know I know the area very well, and I can look into it for you. It won't take much to do that, and I probably could recommend it anyway, or say no. It depends, but most of them are good. So yeah, they're all pretty good. What else we got there? Oh, sorry. So that comment was from Stephen from the US. Sorry, mate. I was just trying to catch a comment. So yeah. Yeah. Again, when you're looking, if you're coming over, which I believe you are next year, yeah, just let me know. Send me a message and I'll look into it. I can advise you on that, mate. Particularly if you're coming from overseas, because you have in your mind a certain thing, and then when you get here, it could be something different. Never forget the time years ago, like a long time ago, I went to Sydney, and I'm talking probably well over 20 years ago now, and the hotel looks pretty nice, and the pool looked good. When we got there, pool was like dark green, full of muck, leaves. The accommodation was just foul and disgusting and old, and didn't look nothing. And it was the right place, just didn't look like the pamphlets. So I'm sure things have changed since those days. But yeah, especially if you're coming from overseas. So yeah, let me know, mate, and I'm happy to help you there. My White Christmas video was good. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys that have watched it. I know it was a little longer one, half an hour. The video, I actually had about an hour's worth of filming content there, so I got to cut it all down and try and squeeze it into. I don't really like to do long videos. I understand people like skip and they go, oh, that's a bit boring. That's why I don't put the full shows in, because I think it just gets boring. Like, not so much boring, but it just adds so much time. So just sort of put highlights in, because if you're going to the event, you're going to want to experience it for yourself anyway, right? And in its entirety. Same with the actual parade. And at the end, I did feature all the floats, but I didn't film it in one long continuous thing. I sort of just cut it. So, you know, when you're there, you see all the things going on in between that as well. I sort of prefer to do my videos a bit more like that. Yeah, but it was a lengthy one. So apologies for that, but thanks for those who did watch it, or if you haven't, check it out. If you skip, please don't. No, if you do, that's fine. I understand. But to be honest, like, I mean, I always watch them through again, and also get my wife to watch them through. And I asked for the feedback. I'm like, were you bored? Did you just want to skip it? And I think, I think that one's quite engaging all the way through. So that's my aim, is to try and keep it engaging all the way through. So you will sit there and watch it and go, oh, geez, I watched the whole thing. I didn't realize it was half an hour. So hopefully. But hey, if you think it's boring, let me know, and I can try and change it up a bit next time. Love the Christmas theme at Movie World. They do the best Christmas and Halloween themes. Yeah, they do put a lot of good effort in, don't they? And it does really feel Christmassy there too, I must admit. And just, yeah, and it is jam-packed with entertainment, and it just feels really good. It's a really nice feeling event. And I love trying all the different foods and drinks and things, the themed stuff that they have. Although that night I was so pushed for time, I didn't even have hardly any time to do anything. So I did get the Frosty Float a go, which was frozen blue lemonade with the ice cream, which was awesome. And $9. Yeah, I mean, you're obviously going to pay a little bit more of a premium at the theme parks, but I enjoyed it, and it was really humid that night, and so it was really refreshing. It was really nice. So yeah, try some of those drinks, and there's frappes, peppermint frappe at the Village Bean as well, which is really cool. White Christmas was awesome. Good to catch up with you, and thanks for the photo from Matt. Yeah, hey Matt. Yep, always good to see you guys. Appreciate your support for the channel as well. Thank you so much. And yeah, always good to see you guys. And always good to hear what you guys are up to in the weekends, or always at the theme parks, which is awesome. Make the most of it, 100%. Everybody's saying hi. Everyone's saying hi. I want to say hi back to you. Chris says, Shane, liked your White Christmas video, and enjoy all your videos and share. Thank you for that. And hoping to get to Hooray for Hollywood. Yeah, it'll be good, mate. It's definitely a good event, that one. Yeah, if you're there, I usually try and get along to those events on opening day. The thing with that one, though, opening day is the busiest day of the entire year as well at the theme parks on the 27th of December. It is chocker block. So, I mean, I'm not there to ride rides that day. I'm there to film the event. It just gets hard to film when there's so many people. Literally, you're trying to film something, there's just heads and shoulders and backs and phones, and it gets harder to film. Now that event goes to January, obviously end of January kind of thing, so it is going to quieten down in that. But obviously, not that I always have to get there on opening day. It's just for my content, I like to try and provide the video at the early stage of the event release, so that people have the time to watch it and then the time to decide if they're going to go or not. Or they might be going later, and they want to see what it's about, and they want to find out a bit more info. And I find a lot of people actually say to me when they meet me in the park how my videos have helped them out with, and just obviously makes them understand what to expect with certain events, or what to expect at the parks. But a lot of people have anxiety and things like that, and particularly large, crowded sort of areas, and not knowing, what to expect when you get there. And I've actually been told several times that my videos have helped people to combat that anxiety, because they know what to expect, and they know where they're going to go, and they know how to get a locker and whatever it is. Yeah. So, I mean, it's really nice to hear that that they're actually helping people as well. So something for everyone, I'm sure. But yeah, if you are going to get along to Hooray for Hollywood, it's an awesome event. It is absolutely an awesome event. If you're not sure what it is, just go back on my channel. I've got videos there. I think they run that event now for two or three years, maybe. I can't remember. But I've got videos there. Check out last year's one. Awesome event. And they really are. They put those events on really well. So Definitely worth going to. The White Christmas event was really good. Yep, absolutely was. Hi to everyone that's saying hi as well. Someone's saying they might be going to the Whitewater World over January school holidays. Will you be there on a Saturday? Excuse me, with water parks. Yeah, look, I do all my filming on a Saturday essentially. Yeah, if I do go on a Saturday, I'll be in there like first thing in the morning, and I literally race around to get the video done because I don't like filming people in water parks. It's not great. So I try and get there at the start of the season, provide an update video. Well, it's not as busy, and we can film the rides and all that kind of stuff, slides. But yeah, there's I got a whole filming schedule, a whiteboard, and I've got it's full. So yeah, not sure what exact date I'll get there. And when it's really, really, really busy, like now, like in this school holiday peak summer, I tend not to really try and go. It's just awkward, and yeah, it's not really fun, I suppose, to try and film. It's just too busy. What else we got there? Appreciate you showing all of the upcharges and food and drink options for White Christmas, albeit double the price of what they should be. The buffet looked awesome. Yeah, keep in mind, theme parks anywhere in the world are a captured market. So you got to be prepared to pay whatever, if you want that drink, you want that something extra special. Yeah, it's going to cost you. But, when they do the themed foods and drinks and things, I like that kind of thing because it's different, and you don't mind paying a little bit more. I mean, you go to a coffee shop and you pay through the nose for a nice, frappe or whatever it might be. So no different, I suppose. But yeah, I always do like to try and feature those extra things that are on offer and the upcharge things as well, because a lot of people don't know that all those things are there, and some people don't look at too much into the websites. They just buy the ticket and go. And then when you get there's all these things like, what's this, what's that? And you may miss something that you wanted to do. So hence, that's why I try to cover off as much as I can on the video, so you get to sort of know what to expect, and you can go, oh, I'll definitely do that. I won't worry about that, but I'll definitely want to do that. So I'll make sure I do that when I get there. And you know how much it is and what you get. So, yep, no, my pleasure. That's part of the channel. So what we do. White Christmas looks amazing. Yeah, it is definitely a really good event. Oh, sorry. I've just my mouse just rolled everything real quick. Okay, here we go. Lots of things are happening at Dreamworld. Lots of nice things happening. Yeah, Dreamworld. So, yeah, look, Dreamworld is crazy at the moment. So we might as well have a quick chat about Dreamworld, seeing as you mentioned it there. So probably Dreamworld Flyer. Now we posted some images or some video. Fountains are going. They've been testing fountains. 128 fountains around the ride. They have been doing some adjustments, and they actually go as tall as the ride. So I think the CEO posted a reel last week, and I shared it on Instagram, and the fountains were really high. But then when I was there on the weekend, they were low, and then someone was going around actually adjusting them so getting them even. But apparently, because the chair swing ride, as it goes around and it tilts, apparently the fountains are going to sort of like if the ride tilts down that way, then the fountains go up higher that way as it's spinning. So they're all obviously moving at different speeds or what have you, or heights. And then as it moves down that way, the fountains adjust as well. It's quite spectacular, apparently. I haven't seen it in its full operation. But they have been testing. We've seen it with the lights on, and we've posted videos on that as well. And someone did mention that this weekend just gone, I think someone sent me a post or shared something that they reckon that they actually started putting guests on and doing soft testing with guests, because obviously the engineers are commissioning the ride. They're here from Italy and they're commissioning that ride. And I know they were trying to, fingers crossed, they were trying to hopefully have it open for the end of November, beginning of December. And now we're looking at what's today, 11th. So I know they'd be really wanting to have that open as soon as possible. However, I also know they wouldn't want to rush it. I also know that they want it just right for opening. So a lot more testing. Which is great that they've got people on there and people have been able to ride it, from my understanding. So I guess we'll see an announcement probably from Dreamworld I'm guessing in the coming week, maybe. So that could be open very soon. And as soon as it's open, we'll head back down there and show you guys some footage of it and all that. I'm sure it'll pop up on all over social media and that very soon. It's exciting. So that's really cool. Probably the other biggest news is I posted today the Big Red Coaster roller coaster. Sorry, the Big Red Boat roller coaster, the Wiggles, actually started testing. I think it was started testing on the weekend. So Sunday it started testing, and today it was going around. Had someone send me some footage, and that was going around today. So I do have video of that on Instagram Reels and also on YouTube as well on a short. So you can check that out of the ride actually going around. Now, this is actually a powered roller coaster. Excuse me, I got an itchy nose. If you think about a kid's roller coaster, say like, for example, SpongeBob at SeaWorld, that is just a standard coaster, chain lift, gets you up the top, and then it just goes around with gravity. This is powered all the way through. So you can hear it. I know my video actually put music over the top of that, but there's actually, you can hear it like the powering along, I guess, essentially. So it's pretty cool. And the banks on the track are quite angled. So I think it's going to be quite a cool little ride to actually get on and ride. I'm probably too big to ride it myself, but kids and families are going to love it. So not sure on the opening date. They've obviously got a lot of testing to do in terms of commissioning the ride, like they do, and there's still a fair bit of, not a fair bit, there's still work going on around it. They have finished concreting, so pathways and that. So just be waiting for that to cure, and then they'll just be doing clean down and last minute things. But they've got to train the staff as well, remember as well. So it could still be a couple. I think it'll probably officially open maybe just before Christmas, like potentially in a couple of weeks, maybe Boxing Day, maybe before. Because I know the play school wheels now, that's actually been extended. It's supposed to be open by now, but it's well and truly not ready. So that's now a 26th of December Boxing Day open for the play school wheel. Maybe that might open the same day, or maybe just before that, maybe. So either way, it's going to be very soon, within a couple of weeks. It's going to be open, and that whole area is then completed, which is really exciting. Really exciting. Shockwave. That reopens on the 15th of December, and there's some new signage and new theming going into that ride as well. I did post a couple of photos on Instagram. If you haven't seen it, jump on Instagram, have a look at what I posted there over the weekend. We saw a big piece sitting on the ground. That's obviously going to go on in the middle of the ride vehicle there, just for theming, and then the sign's been changed, or it's been redone at the front as well. So yeah, that's really cool, looking exciting. And I know there's a stack of work going on the Gold Coaster. Again, that also opens on the 15th of December. At this point, I mean, that could change. Hopefully not, but it could change. Always check the app. So or actually with Dreamworld's case, just jump on the website and go. I think it says ride status information. Just check ride status, and it'll tell you exactly. Excuse me, exactly what's operational and the maintenance period. So I'm still getting over this the sickness I had. It's about week 4, and it's just about gone. So that's pretty much everything for Dreamworld. The night Christmas markets. We went back again on Saturday night. And I'll tell you what, we did post a reel, or a story maybe. The vibe was awesome. It was just awesome. The next few weeks, they got some pretty cool. It's like Party Central. Like the music they're playing, the entertainers there, they're all getting involved, and everyone was dancing on the street. It was just awesome, eh? Like it was so good. So if you're local or you're going to be in the Gold Coast, come along to Dreamworld's night market Friday, Saturday nights, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Free if you're an annual pass holder, $2 if you're not, per person. And yeah, got street foods there, and there's a Christmas overlay as well. So Santa, Mrs. Claus will be there. There's a Frosty the Snowman show. There's Christmas movies being played in the theater, entertainment going on Main Street as well, street performers, and yeah, like a dance party as well. So pretty cool vibe, and cheap. So it's definitely worth doing. And there's market stands as well, Christmas themed market stands. So yeah, and they do an awesome job. So I'll definitely check that out. Yeah, it's pretty much all the stuff I had for Dreamworld there. But we'll just jump back into your comments, guys. So I just have to go back to where I left off. Excuse me again. All right. Okay. So Caleb's saying he went on to DC a few days ago. You can see cranes and some sort of ground construction going on for essentially the Wizard of Oz area. He's going to try and go tomorrow to see what he can see as well. Yeah, that's cool, Caleb. Yeah, I know you can see a bit from the rides, right? So from Batwing and even DC, obviously it's hard to, well, you can't take a camera or a GoPro or anything like that on the rides. So hard to get vision, but yeah, if you do jump on the ride, you can actually see into there. Someone posted, I think it was, I'm not sure if it was a drone shot or it must have come from the construction company or Movie World, maybe. I don't think it would be a private. Well, it could be, but you can't really fly drones around there. But yeah, it looked like there was definitely a lot of work going on, groundwork, definitely. So anyway, it's good, it's positive. And as soon as we start seeing stuff going vertical, we're about to definitely show you more when we can see more. Can't wait for Scooby-Doo, open 2025. Yep, I'm with you on that one. It's going to be exciting. One of my favorite rides there for sure. Doomsday is doomed. Potentially is. Yes, it's a shame. Let's see. What's your thoughts on the new Wizard of Oz precinct? Personally, I found it disappointing. I think a Harry Potter or Lord of the Rings area thing would have been amazing. Yeah, look, I mean, it's an interesting choice, Wizard of Oz. They're going to theme it well with the Emerald City, or the Land of Oz, The rides going in are pretty cool. Excuse me once again. The suspended family coaster by Vekoma, same one as that Gambaya World, the TNT. I've ridden that before a few times, and it's an awesome coaster. It's definitely a good coaster. And there's a part that goes like essentially underground. Well, it's just through like an underground tunnel or what have you. I think twice it does that in that ride. So that's going to be cool. And then there's a dueling coaster. So essentially two other coasters, one ride, but dueling coasters. And that's also going to be cool. So yeah, theming wise, I guess they've gone with a timeless classic, I suppose. You could probably argue there'd be other movies that might have been better or more. I would have loved to see like a Beetlejuice themed land. Personally, I love 80s movies. Or Beetlejuice is coming out again soon, actually. Anyway, but you'd imagine if they themed it like the town and they had the graveyard and the house and the red bridge. Like imagine they could have done it quite well. But again, that's a timeless classic too, perhaps. But Wizard of Oz appeals to everyone, I suppose. Harry Potter, unfortunately, whilst it's a Warner Brothers movie or franchise, Universal Studios have the theme park rights to Harry Potter. So you will never see Harry Potter at a Warner Brothers theme park again. Like obviously, Movie World had. They had the walkthrough a few years ago, Diagon Alley. They had the train station. They had the train. They had the retail store. They had merch. And they still do sell merch. So they can still sell merchandise, Warner Brothers, but they just can't have theme park rides or attractions. Okay, so Universal Studios have the rights to that. Hence why in the US, it's why it's at Universal. Confusing, yeah, but that's how it's done. I don't know why, but it is. Lord of the Rings, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like their movies. I don't know. Do they only appeal to certain people? I don't know. They probably have to look at it holistically and go, is this going to appeal to most people or everyone? So, yeah. Someone had to make the call, I suppose. But I still think it's cool. It's a timeless classic. And I think once it's finished and we seal the theming, and hopefully we'll see the characters in that area as well, and which will help bring that alive. So I think they'll do a good job of it, and I'm pretty excited to see it. Yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. What does Shane look like if he has glasses and hat? Cross-eyed. No, I'm not. It's my. Heaps of people see me without the glasses and hat. I always ride roller coasters and stuff like that. Yeah, it's no different. Yeah, crew cut on the top. Happy days. So, not cross-eyed. It's just my gig. It's just my it's just my thing. So, what else we got here? Wild West Falls has some problems on Saturday night. So, okay, it's disappointing. So it was open. Obviously, it's open for White Christmas on those nights, and that's disappointing. So it wasn't open for the whole night on last Saturday night. Excuse me. I checked the app, and the app today, tonight, it didn't say it was down. So it was obviously reopened again. They probably were just having some, intermittent on and off sort of problems with it. Disappointing when you're only there for that 3-hour event. You want to ride that ride. I could imagine that's definitely disappointing, especially riding it at night. Different experience, right? So, all right, what do we got? I swear I've watched his videos for ages, never seen him without. Yeah. Again, it's just it's when I created the brand, so I wanted to have I guess a look so that when you're in the parks, people recognize you. They can come up and say hi, have photos, and it just helps link me to my videos. And yeah, it's just it's my gig. So excuse me. And then obviously, when I'm not filming and all that, I can just lead a normal life, much like Superman or something similar. Cool. I hope they put a spinning car in. What's that for? Are you talking Scooby? Maybe. You never know. They might do. Like Dingo Racer. I tell you what, that if you haven't been to Aussie World, the Dingo Racer, similar ride to Scooby. It's outdoors, obviously. Cat and mouse, excuse me, style of coaster. It really does spin. And in fact, if you find my video, my latest Aussie World video I did a few months back, they actually gave me permission to film on all the rides with my GoPro. So I have footage of me on that ride, and it spins and spins and spins and spins and spins. So crazy. The only ride they didn't let me film with the GoPro was the SX360, the pendulum ride. I'm not sure why, because I've been on the one in Rambo's Inn in New Zealand, which is pretty much the same ride. And they allowed me to film on that. Obviously, they just checked my GoPro and my harness, make sure it was all locked in. Excuse me. And it was fine. Again, there's video on that one as well, and you can see how crazy that is being on the ride. So, but yeah, spinning coaster would be pretty cool. I think they had a very similar one at the Eka this year in Brisbane, actually. Very similar spinning coaster, similar to Dingo Racer. Let's see. I'm not sure, unless you were talking about Wizard of Oz coasters, and I don't think I have a spinning one on there. How's my day today? Thank you for asking. Yeah, my day was very busy actually at work today. I have very busy job, and lots of things happening all at once at different stages. So just juggling everything around at the moment. So pretty busy. I didn't finish actually till after 7:00 tonight. It was probably about 7:15 when I finished my work after starting at 8 this morning. And then I had to try and have a couple of rice crackers and some G Active, and then jump on here. So busy. Did Movie World ever have a Harry Potter walk-in experience? Yeah, it was. They had Diagon Alley and they had a walk-in experience there. It was pretty cool. If you're on YouTube, I haven't got a video on it, but if you search it, Movie World, Harry Potter, there'll be some videos there. Obviously, back in those days, the quality isn't as good, shaky, and blurry and not, hard to see at night, or dark. But you'll find them on there. So there's some on there. I've seen some to check it out. I hope the owners of the parks take note of how unhappy we all are with the extra high charges once we're inside the parks. Same as at the airports. I don't know how they can get away with it. Yeah, again, it's a captured market, so they got to be careful they don't outprice themselves for sure. But yeah, it is one of those things that when you're there and you're thirsty. I mean, I remember going, I think I was in Sydney. It was Sydney Airport last year or this year, last year, I think. And I wanted a can of Red Bull, and it was a 250ml, the small can of Red Bull. And I went up to random, like a food place, and bought the can. And she said, "That's $8, thanks." And I said, "Oh, I just wanted one, thanks. One can of Red Bull." She goes, "Yep, that's $8, thanks." I'm like, "What? $8?" So I paid it, and I'm like, "Geez," because I was really tired. I just really needed that pick me up. Anyway, I walk about 100 meters down toward the terminals or towards the gates, and then there's little convenience stores. It was like 2 for $6. Oh no, I'm like, or 2 for $7, whatever it was. It was, damn it. So sometimes they will have specials, and I know theme parks, yes, it's a capture market and all that, but they do try to have specials on things. Like if you look at the quality of what you get, the clothing, for example, the retail merch, it's not too bad. They do have cheaper items. They do have the retail carts with some cheaper stuff out there as well. That there is cheaper food options. If you go into the Main Street Deli or Village Bean, if you're just looking for some fruit salad or a kid sandwich pack or sausage roll or something, you can do that. You don't have to spend too much there. Someone did ask about the buffet at the White Christmas. Now, yeah, the buffet, the White Christmas buffet is 100% is worth doing. I normally do it every year, and it's pretty extensive. I featured it in my video, so there's a wide range of foods available: seafood, meats. There's even pizza. There's even chicken tenders and chips and things for kids and that who maybe don't want to eat the veggies and all that. They have beautiful vegetables there. It was just, and it's so well presented as well that it's like people go to effort for Christmas, right? Most people will, make their table nice, put all decorations around it, nice special tablecloth, nice special, serviettes or whatever. It's all decorative and it's nice. Trimmings, all that kind of stuff. They go to that full extent there as well. And you actually do feel like you're having a nice Christmas dinner, which is really what you are. And you pay the money, obviously. But the desserts, again, there's plenty there. There's like a little candy shop there, ice creams, and there's all sorts of sweets and things in there. So, they do a great job. And it's not cheap, but if you think about, sorry, I got itchy nose. If you go to on a Christmas day, if you think, okay, we're all going to go to a hotel, to a really nice restaurant for Christmas Day, they will charge you. I don't think there's anywhere. Well, there probably wouldn't be too many places charging anything under $200 each per person for Christmas Day lunch or dinner. I know we've paid close to that, and that was probably 7 years ago, 8 years ago, maybe. But I think it was last year, the year before, I rang around and just out of curiosity and tried to get some quotes, and people charging up to $300 per person or more for Christmas Day lunch. And I can't justify. It's just like a whole week's, more than a whole week's worth of grocery bill. Like, you don't eat that much food either. So I think what you pay at Movie World for what you pay is a good value for money. Although it takes an hour out of your night, and it's only a 3-hour event. Keep that in mind. So you got to weigh up what you want to do. Let me see. What do we got? Yeah, Big Four holiday park at Helensvale. That's right. I spoke about that before. Yeah, it's really good if you're wanting something cheaper accommodation, but it's still really nice cabins and camping, and they got water park there, slides. It's a really nice place to stay as well. Paradise Resort's amazing. So someone's obviously stayed there. They went when they was a bit younger, and it was cool. Yeah, they got ice skating there. They got all sorts of stuff there. What do we got here? Do you think Dreamworld will add a new ride to the Dreamworld Tower? To the tower, I don't think so. But they will be adding definitely more new rides in the future. Definitely. Thanks again, Shane. Non-theme parks question: are you a Titans fan or a member, or possibly Suns? Or what sporting interest do you have? Yeah, I don't follow AFL only because I've been here 21 years. Originally, grew up in New Zealand, but I've been here 21 years. I'm an Australian citizen now, but I actually never got into AFL. So I've always been NRL because in New Zealand it's either rugby. You watch rugby, which we did. Go the All Blacks. Well, I actually haven't followed them for quite some years now because you just lose touch of it. But and I know I don't think they did too well this year. But yeah, so it's always been NRL, and yes, I do support the Titans. Living in the Gold Coast all that time, it's definitely always good to support the home team. And I have been along to some of the games. I haven't been lately or recently, and I'd like to get back along again actually. So definitely we'll head there. It's nice and easy on the trains and everything in the Gold Coast to get to the games. But yeah, I have been to the Suns games at Heritage Bank Stadium in Carrara. Over the years, I think I've been only probably a couple of games just with work things. I think it was. So I don't really follow. I don't really understand AFL. However, funnily enough, I love NFL. So I actually love American sports, particularly American football. I just have a thing for it. I don't know what it is. Ever since I was a kid, I was always getting books out of the library when I was a kid on American football, and yeah, I just love it. So one day, hopefully, we'll get back to America, and I would just love to get along to American football game. I mean, even a college game would be awesome. They draw massive crowds. So it would be cool. But obviously, NFL would be amazing to get along to one of those events. Even a baseball game or ice hockey over there. Just Americans are just big on everything, and I would that's definitely on my bucket list is to get along to that. So I really do love American sports. And yeah, I'll support the Gold Coast Titans, NRL, and obviously State of Origin, Queensland, all the way. Even when I was in New Zealand, actually, all those years ago, we always followed Broncos and Queensland for State of Origin. Okay. General question: what is the best part of living on the Gold Coast? I think there's just so much to do here, particularly with the theme parks. Beach, there's the beaches. I mean, it's funny. You live here, and sometimes you just don't go to the beach for whatever reason that often. But there's the water parks, there's the theme parks. It's close to Brisbane if you want to go up there for something. I don't know. We like Eat Street up there, the night markets down at in the North Shore, Hamilton, I think it is. Eat Street's really cool. We love going up to Sunny Coast as well. It's only an hour and 45 minutes to Aussie World from here. Pretty good. So it's pretty good. Location wise, it's not far from the likes of Byron Bay and that kind of thing, northern New South Wales. So I love it. The lifestyle is good. I think it's relatively safe. I mean, nowhere's safe these days, and nowhere ever has been always safe. But I think compared to some of the other bigger cities and that sort of thing, it's pretty good. But yeah, it's family orientated as well, which I like. So yeah, myself and my family, we get to go to a lot of different things, and it's really cool. So it's definitely the lifestyle and the weather, and it's got the big shopping centers. Anywhere that people come to have their holidays is a pretty cool place to live. Although I suppose there's not a great deal of probably big time work here in the Gold Coast. If you think about it, it's the big cities is where the big jobs are. So Brisbane, obviously Melbourne, Sydney, and all that. So from that respect, employment wise, it's probably harder here to get work, and there's pretty much no housing. Like people just keep pouring into the Gold Coast. They want to move here, but there's literally, I think the rental market was down to 0. I'm probably going to be quoting this wrong, but it's something like 0.02% availability a while ago, not long ago, which is basically nothing. So there's hardly any rentals. Anything that goes up for sale is just gone, like instantly. I've got people, real estate agents, emailing, ringing constantly, like ever since COVID, actually, saying, "Hey, I got cashed up buyers from out of state. They want to buy your house. They've seen it. They've just seen it on Google and they want to buy it. And what's your top price?" And it's like, well, I'm not selling. I'm not I'm not in a position to sell because I can't afford to buy at that high market, and yeah, I'm hanging on to what I got. So, but it's just crazy. People just itching to get here. But now the roads, the highway is stuffed. Like you can't, in the weekends, I just want to go down the road. You sit in traffic for an hour. It's worse than peak. It's just crazy. It's the traffic's diabolical. And the other day it took an hour to get from Dreamworld to Movie World, and that's like a 5-minute drive. And there's no accidents. It's just congestion. Everything's stopped. All the side roads are jammed. So unfortunately, there's it's the price we pay now. Everyone comes in, and then when it's worse, when it's obviously tourist season, we love the tourists here. Obviously, keeps the economy going. The roads just that much fuller. The car parks are full. It's tough, but you take the good with the bad. So overall, I love living in the Gold Coast. It's good. Always got something to whinge about, I suppose. But if it's pretty much the traffic for me is the worst thing I got to say. Probably not as bad as the big cities, though, I guess. Anyway, let's move on to that. Let's see. Sorry, I think I read that one. Did I ever do any sports growing up? I'm a competitive dancer and used to be a competitive soccer player. Okay. Yeah. Growing up, I played cricket. I played soccer and rugby. That was it. I think. Yeah, it was it really. So probably more so. Probably mostly was cricket. Probably cricket and soccer. Probably. Yeah, and then rugby in the later years. But yeah, that was pretty much it really. For me. What's my favorite roller coaster in the world? Well, I haven't been on every roller coaster in the world, but I mean, if I was to pick one, I'm not sure if you want me to say one I've been on or one that I think. So I really want to do King Dakar, but there's going to be one that's going to outclass that one soon as far as being the tallest in the world. And that I want to go on the fastest in the world, which currently is the one in Dubai and Ferrari World. But obviously there's going to be one at Six Flags Qiddiya, which is in it's near Turkey, I think it's Middle East. So Falcons Flight. Check it out. There's a POV computer generated one on YouTube at the moment, and it's going to be the fastest, tallest, longest in the world. That would be pretty crazy and intense. But that's dreams, I guess. If you're talking one that I've been on, there's some coasters at Knott's Farm I've been on. They're pretty awesome. I like. I've probably mentioned before. I like theme stuff too. So I even like Carsland, the Radiator Springs. That's not an exhilarating roller coaster. But it's a really well themed ride, and the way that's done is amazing. I have been on the Colossus at Six Flags Magic Mountain in the US and California in the 80s. So when it was the original Colossus, when it was the world's biggest wooden roller coaster. So that was quite amazing. So maybe that. I mean, there's so many. There's so many I want to go on, and most of them in the US. So yeah, it's probably a few there, but it's hard when I haven't been on all of those at this point in time. Hopefully one day. What else we got there? Thanks to everyone also, by the way, who is saying hi in between all the comments. I appreciate everyone saying hi. What else we got? When am I next going to Aussie World? I haven't decided yet, actually, because they do have a Christmas night on this coming weekend, actually. But I've got a few other things going on, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it up that. This is nearly a 2-hour drive from here. And then, of course, it's when the event finishes at 10 o'clock at night, it's nearly a 2-hour drive back home again. So, and then I got to edit. So, and I got other things on. So, not sure. Might be this Saturday night. Might be, but it's not 100%. Not 100%. But if I do get up there, it'd be cool to see what they're doing with that new attraction they're starting to build. So I'm not sure what it is yet. Between the giant slide and the SX360 at the back there. Okay. I feel like White Christmas is missing an opportunity and ice skating experience. Well, they had that last year. They actually did have that last year. And I was surprised they didn't have that this year. I really did think that was something that everyone enjoyed doing. Again, you've got it's a small window, 3-hour event. These 3-hour events, they're crazy when you're trying to squeeze in so much. And then, of course, you got a half-hour parade. So really, 2.5 hours you got to squeeze in. And if you do the buffet, it takes you an hour and a half to squeeze in and everything else. Ice skating was half an hour. It gives you an hour to do character photos, see the shows. There's so much to do. Rides, probably almost forget the rides. So, yeah, definitely. I don't know why they didn't have that. I really don't know why they didn't have that, Dane. So, yeah, I agree. They should have had that. And you also mentioned like a Christmas market thing, like the Bavarian Village, or an interactive Santa's toy shop. Yeah, I mean that. Like in Germany, they have those Christmas markets. They're incredible, absolutely incredible, just amazing. And look, Dreamworld night markets have that kind of thing, not quite to that extent or level, but they do have Christmas themed merch markets there, like craft markets and things. So, yeah, I think definitely it's something Movie World can maybe do a bit better with in terms of down in that area. And I did notice too, when you walked into that area, it still said, well, on Friday night, it still said Wild West Falls. I thought last year or maybe the year before, it said Santa's Village. Now, if you were there on the weekend, Saturday, or I think it was on Sunday as well, let me know if they did put the sign up eventually that says Santa's Village, or if it still just said Wild West Falls. And it's okay if it does, because obviously Wild West Falls is down there and it is open. But in terms of actual precincts, because they did advertise it as a precinct, Santa's Village. So I would have liked to have seen like a Santa's Village sign, like you're walking into Santa's Village, because you didn't really know. You could sort of figure it out when you got down there, obviously. But yeah, I think you're right. It probably is a bit of a, maybe a little opportunity down there that they could do, for sure. Someone's saying, for someone who has anxiety, your videos have helped me. Oh, thanks. I'm really pleased to hear that, because I do hear that a lot, and yeah, I'm glad. I mean, it's always better knowing if you're going somewhere what to expect when you get there. It does definitely help alleviate the not knowing, which does build up anxiety if you don't know. So yeah, thanks for saying that, and I'm glad that they definitely help you out as well. That's awesome. Everyone's asking how am I going? Yeah, I'm going good. Just trying to almost at the end of this sickness I've had. So it was a doozy. But I considered doing a video on surfers. Yeah, I have actually in the past before, and I've also featured attractions in there as well. Yeah, look, again, I've got a massive amount of stuff on my whiteboard, and yeah, there's lots of stuff, including that sort of thing as well. It's what I'm finding at the moment is I work full time. I film on a Saturday, edit sort of Saturday nights into Sunday. Try to have family time as well. I really have very little spare time I'd love to be doing this full time. Just it doesn't pay enough. So, I guess it's squeezing it in because particularly when there's so much going on at the theme parks week to week, almost day to day at Dreamworld, when there's so much construction and changes, and everyone's asking, "Oh, can you show us more updates and what can you give us the latest updates?" And yeah, we're always happy to obviously give you the latest updates. It creates excitement, and it builds the excitement up for when you're going to go or eventually see the final outcome of what it's going to look like. So a lot of the time, and then there's events on as well. So a lot of the time we get, tied up doing all that stuff. And I've actually got a video on a cruise that I've got to actually edit. We went on a cruise a few months ago, and I still haven't even finished editing that video. And I really want to make that one a good one that people that haven't been on a cruise before. It was our first ever cruise, and that's essentially what I want to show. So we'll be releasing that. I haven't got a date yet because I haven't finished it, and it's just because it was like a 5-day cruise or 5 days. So there's a lot of content, hours and hours of content that I got to chop down to essentially a 30-minute video, or maybe 2 20-minute videos, maybe. So it just takes a lot of editing and a lot of time. So I have very little time, but I'm still working on that. So yeah, there's lots of stuff I want to push out. Lots of stuff. Hopefully one day this channel will get to a point where it might explode, and we could maybe look at that as a that's the dream eventually, obviously. But right now it's, and the way I'm tracking, it's probably a good 10 years away. Hopefully not, but it could be. Anyway, keep sharing the videos, subscribing. If you're watching, you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free to subscribe. Don't forget that it's free. You just got to have a YouTube account, which is just free again as well. And that does help. That more subscribers I get, it's going to help grow the channel, and it's definitely going to help me get more views, which will help me put more content out. Cool. Someone's saying, I'm thinking of getting a job at Dreamworld and renting a house. Yep, I think Dreamworld are hiring, or they were recently. I mean, I'm not sure exactly. Oh, actually, it might have just done their hiring. I think that because last time I was there, they were training a lot of staff in there when we were in there in the weekend. So, look, I mean, with renting, you'll find something. It may have to be a shared arrangement, which in some respects is fine as well. So, yeah, it just depends where you want to live and how much you want to pay, and if there's just one of you or a family, I suppose. Okay. And again, thanks everyone for making so many comments again. I really appreciate it. So, I'll keep going through your comments, and I'll try and get through them all. If I miss anyone, apologies. I'm not trying to miss anything. I'm just trying to scroll through and make sure I get to everyone's comments as much as I can. And there's a stack there, eh? So thank you. I really appreciate everyone who is commenting and asking questions. This is what it's all about. This is what this live stream is about. It's about interacting with you guys, updating you on what's happening as well, which is I guess with the videos and with the live stream as well, which is cool. Okay, I think I'm just about caught up to here where I left off. Yes. Okay. I feel like White Christmas. Oh no, we went through that one. Okay. Someone else is saying they attempted to ride the Wild West Falls before leaving the park at 5 p.m. last Saturday. The ride was closed for technical issues. I waited for at least almost another hour in the hopes of it opening, but it didn't. So it was a shame. What are your thoughts on SeaWorld Resort? Yeah, SeaWorld Resort. It's definitely a good family resort. I've stayed there a couple of times over the years. Unfortunately, the rooms I had were you open the curtain up and you were looking at a brick shed or something out the back. But there's nice rooms with views and overlook the pool and all that kind of stuff. And they've spent a lot of money in that resort. So it's a really cool family resort, particularly if you're heading to the theme park. It's right there on the doorstep. They do buffet dinners, breakfasts, and all that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend staying there. They often have packages as well, and I only ever hear good things about it. So yeah, I would say definitely go and stay at the SeaWorld Resort. We'll be there for January at Dreamworld for the school programs. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a lot of the school have a lot of school holiday programs go to theme parks. Well, I hope you have an awesome time. It's always a good day out. What are your thoughts on the Dreamworld Flyer lighting package? Do I like it, or do I like the way it is, or would I rather it be less nightclubby? Um, is that just because of the music I put on? Maybe when I did my reel, I'm not sure. Definitely look. They had a sign at the front as you walked in, stating that there is going to be flashing and strobe lighting from that attraction, because obviously that affects a lot of people. Um, I mean, I love it. I think it looks amazing, and there's several different modes to that as well, which is really cool. So I like it, and yeah, I don't think it's going to have music playing as well. That'd be cool though. But no, it looks cool. I like it. I like it. Do you recommend visiting Universal Studios if you have been? Yeah, I've been to the Hollywood Universal Studios probably 3 or 4 times, and I love it. Absolutely love it. Highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. They're actually building a new roller coaster there at the Hollywood one, a new Fast and Furious coaster. So I think that's due to open. I have to double check that. It's either at the end of next year or I think it is. I think it's 2024, but could be a bit wrong on that. But they're also in Florida. They're building. They already have Universal Studios in Florida too. I haven't been to that one, but they're building Universal Epic Universe, which is massive version of a Universal Studios rides galore. If you didn't know about it or you haven't heard about it, go to YouTube and just search Epic Universe or Universal Epic Universe. It's under construction at the moment. There's plenty of construction, like drone footage and that, and it's amazing, crazy. It's going to be awesome. But anyway, I haven't been to that one. Obviously, it's under construction. Would love to get to that one in years to come. But yeah, definitely Universal Studios. I love it, and I would highly recommend it. I've been told that they won't let guests ride. I think. Sorry, it's just a continuation of the Wild West Falls conversation. The ride that was down at White Christmas. Yeah, so it looked like it. It looked like it did stay down. I saw a post on Facebook saying a guest got to ride and got soaked from the fountains on the Dreamworld Fly. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that they said they got soaked because I don't think it's supposed to wet you. I think it's supposed to just. Well, I could be wrong, but I don't think it's a water ride as such. Other than I think it's just for display, and I think they're supposed to go in opposite directions to it where it tilts so that you don't get wet. Again, they're testing, so maybe they they're doing adjustments, and maybe they said, "Hey guys, you're probably going to get wet on this one because we're testing and adjusting the fountain." So yeah, but I don't think it's going to be a ride that you'll continuously get wet on. I don't think so anyway. Not that I've heard, but that was interesting to hear that. Yeah. Yeah, it was on the Dreamworld past, present, and future. Was it news site? I think it was. Yeah. Hey Jaggs, I'm at SeaWorld Resort for the first time, and first time was on a plane, and love it. Oh, that's good. Good to hear. Awesome. First time on a plane too. That's exciting. Love the jet rescue ride. Yeah, that's a pretty cool ride, I'll tell you. And it was Australia's first double launch coaster, the jet rescue. So that has a double launch, unlike the steel typing that has a triple launch. So yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty punchy. I quite like that ride. It's crazy. So now that Movie World and Dream World have filled in their gaps with kids and family rides, perhaps next they can focus on making some new thrill rides and coasters. Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of talk around what would be what you'd like to see at those parks. And if you haven't already chimed into the podcast that I do with Adrian and Riley. So with AU Theme Park Fan and That's So Mid, we do the Theme Park Cartel podcast. It's on all the streaming platforms. Yeah, we were speaking about that, and what types of coasters that we think they should bring in to the parks here in Australia. Yeah, definitely they need to put in something completely different, like in the US, like stand up coasters and drop coasters. Just there's so many. The dive coasters, there's dark rides they should be doing. It all costs money, and you know they got to look at all of that. But yeah, definitely I think there's an opportunity there for those parks to put in some new stuff for sure. Love the weather in Queensland. Absolutely. Most of the time it's pretty good. Thank you for your endless time and effort. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I'm glad people appreciate what the content and what I put in. They were testing Gold Coaster today, and when we were at Whitewater World. Oh, cool. So that's good to know. So that's still due. Well, that's due to open in 4 days' time. So yeah, obviously they've done all the work and they're doing testing now and all that. So that's good to hear. That's good to hear that. That's good. So hopefully that'll be opening on time. I wish Movie World would make more thrill rides. Yeah, space is an issue there though, I think. But you never know. You never know what they might do. Can't wait for Wizard of Oz. Yeah, that should be pretty cool. Everyone's pretty excited for that. The brand new Scooby-Doo coaster cars come from the manufacturer that makes a Wild Mouse and spinning roller coasters. Cool. So yeah, could be a combination. Imagine that. Or even just having something like a backwards seat, like they're doing now on Scooby. Imagine that. That would be pretty cool as well. So I love Harry Potter. I guess I have to go to Universal Studios when I'm older. Yeah, definitely. If you do love Harry Potter, definitely if you can get to the US, get to LA or Florida. LA is cheaper than Florida. It's closer. Or actually, well, there's Universal Parks in Singapore, but I don't think they have the Harry Potter land. So the one in California and Hollywood, it's the one I've been to. And when you walk in there, it's crazy. You are just immersed in, you are there in the movie. It's crazy. Theming is next level. And the frozen butterbeer. Oh, love the frozen butterbeer. It's non-alcoholic. It's kind of like a butterscotchy type of drink. Oh, so good. And on a real hot day, so good. But the theming is amazing. The rides and attractions in there and everything is just totally next level. So yeah, you got to do it. Put it on your bucket list. The amount of time we see here of construction as well as maintenance seems to be double compared to the rest of the world. There's always construction going on. I think the parks there are so much bigger in other parts of the world that you probably don't notice it as much. Our park's a lot smaller, so of course, bang, you see it. It could be more of that, a case of that, maybe. But also, the parks here have needed to do a lot to change and then get to a point where they can then start just doing, the odd one here and there over the years. I think they just needed to get to a certain point, which is probably they'll get to that certain point by the end of next year, and then they can just move on from there. So probably another year of kind of major sort of maintenance and stuff. I think Movie World should focus on the kids WB area. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good area. They're doing something with where they knocked down that store next to the first aid there. There's that. It's still fenced off. There's still nothing in there. Nothing got started. So it's like they had a plan maybe, and then I don't know, maybe funding fell through, or they had to divert funds for something else, or they just had to knock that building down. Maybe I know in this area, around that area, there's a lot of sort of termites and things. Maybe that was a case of it had to get knocked down. But seeing construction fencing there for so long is a bit of an eyesore. It's okay for a period of time, but yeah, hopefully something will go in there soon. I know that it's sort of been said what might be going there, and could be the arcade that everyone's saying. I mean, who knows? But there's, again, not much else. There's really not a lot of space in that kids area, unless they got rid of driving school and made that more rides and stuff in there. They could do that. Because I don't think driving school. I don't know. Is it really awesome attraction? I like the theming. Definitely amazing. The mini movie world in there is awesome. But the ride itself is short. I don't know. My own opinion. I obviously don't go on it because I can't fit on it. So I could fit on the back, but I don't go on it. Interesting point though. When is the Flash Speed Force opening? April 2024. Don't know the exact date, but it's April, probably around the holidays. I imagine. I love the White Christmas video. When I saw the merch, it is good. It's good when you are there. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. We do try and cover off as much as we can whilst we're filming those videos for you. Someone saying at SeaWorld the Trident opened at 4:30 p.m., which was weird. Now, I do know with the Trident at SeaWorld, if it's a windy day, they can't operate that, but in certain gusts of wind. Same with the Leviathan, actually. If it's really, really, really windy, it'll actually close for a period of time. But particularly the Trident, very wind affected. So, yeah, unfortunately, they've put that kind of a ride there in a very open, windy area. It's unfortunate, but it is the case. So, unless there was other issues, but usually it's wind related. All right. Do you know if there's Wizard of Oz land anywhere else in the world that will be comparable with Movie World? I don't know actually. I haven't really Googled that, but maybe if someone wants to maybe Google that or check it out on YouTube. I actually now that I think about it, I think there is somewhere, or there was either there is or there was somewhere, and it might be in a park that's no longer operating, or there might still be one somewhere. Someone put a comment on there if you know, and we can come back to that one. But you're not 100% sure. But I think maybe there was maybe. Might not be comparable though. I don't think it'd be comparable. Does Eka have a spinning ride? Sorry, the Eka does have a spinning ride. The roller coaster. Yeah, so they had a roller coaster at Eka in Brisbane this year, which is very similar to the to actually Dingo Racer with the spinning carriages, almost identical. And that was pretty cool to see something like that at the Eka, which was cool. I think it was about $12 to ride though. So a bit of value if you're going to Aussie World. Obviously, you pay your one-off entry, and then all the rides are included. Do you get nervous when you film yourself during the theme park visits? Not so much nervous. Sometimes you just feel stupid talking to a camera and people are walking past and like, what's this guy doing? And because you have to speak up for the audio to actually hear you properly, unless I'm using a mic, and I do use a mic sometimes, depending on the environment. Not so much nervous, just sometimes I feel a bit silly maybe. But you know what? These days, people just interested. That's why I have the shirt. It's on the back. It says Jaggs Journeys YouTube. Subscribe. So if people go, what's this guy doing? Oh, it's YouTube. And then hey, they can actually jump on and have a look and then check out the channel and just check it out. Yeah, it's just all theme park and attractions. So and hopefully they'll subscribe. A lot of people stop and ask you, hey, are you a YouTuber? And say, yeah, I'm just doing this as a hobby, and get chatting, and off we go. How many Funko Pops do you have in your collection in the background? I do have the number somewhere. I think it's on an app actually, because we have an app that we you put them all in, because obviously that also tracks the values on some of them. Some of them are no longer made, so they are going up in value, and we keep them in the boxes. Most of them never been opened, and some of them are in the sleeve as well, so the protective case as well. But if I was to give you a number, it'd be in the I don't know, actually they're actually about 3 deep as well. 300 maybe, I don't know. I think there's more around as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a crazy. It's actually mainly my wife collects these actually. So as a family though, we enjoy our Funko Pops and anything pop culture, that kind of stuff. That's us. We love all that kind of stuff, and obviously with theme parks and all that kind of thing as well. So yeah, I guess luckily we're all into the same kind of interests, which is really cool. So sorry, I haven't got an exact number for you there. Can you get wet and wild? Can you get wet on the Dreamworld flyer? Yeah, we were just talking about that before. Someone said they did when they were doing the testing on the weekend, but I don't think it's supposed to. But again, not 100% sure. Where is Shane up to in the comments? That's where I'm up to. There's heaps coming through, so I'm really trying hard to get through them all for you. Let's see. GC channel, how you going? I wonder in the future. Someone's saying, I wonder if in the future if the Power Rangers would come to SeaWorld. You never know. If they're paying for the IP, then yeah, if it's popular enough, I guess they're still popular. The Power Rangers, I guess. I'm not sure. Is the big red boat ride in Dreamworld? Yes, it is. So it's in the Kenny and Belinda's Dreamland, located at Dreamworld here on the Gold Coast, and it is currently under construction. They've started testing yesterday and today. They'll be doing a lot more testing, staff training, and all that. That should be open in a couple of weeks, so if not sooner, which is really exciting. So yeah, pretty cool. Okay. What have we got here? Hey, mate, have you been around to any Christmas light displays on the Gold Coast? Yeah, we have checked out a couple of streets, but we haven't done the major ones yet. We normally like to do it a little bit closer to Christmas night. Of course, by then every night's packed and you can get a walk for miles. But yeah, there's so many nice streets around the Gold Coast, and you can look up a map. It tells you where they all are as well. And I tell you what, people put an amazing effort into the houses, and I tell you what, it's just awesome. So we do love to see that. There's a place near us actually that they also did a Halloween like a scare maze, and I tell you what, it was actually awesome. I actually really enjoyed it. It was cool. It was free. You just go along and go in there. It was cool. So yeah, these people they go full on for Christmas, full on for Halloween as well, which is really awesome to see. Must be rough when school years is on. I stay away from surfers particularly. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just crazy in there, and they have their zone and they have their fun. So yeah, theme parks get quite busy as well when school years is on. But they have their fun. Then they go. So my dad's been a Broncos supporter since they were a team, and I'm one as well. I love to experience American football or hockey or baseball. Yeah, I was saying that before too. That would be definitely Broncos are awesome. And I was watching games back in the day when they were playing at Lang Park, the original Lang Park. But yes, definitely would love to see or be and experience the atmosphere of American football. Imagine that. They just do it bigger and better, and it'd be unreal. So one day, definitely would love to get to an American football game, or hockey, or baseball for sure. They will do it so well. Would you consider doing a video on Surfers Paradise? Yeah, I think we already covered that one off. Yes, and sort of have done, and yep, it's always in the plans. I'm thinking of getting a job. Oh, okay, so sorry, I must have gone back on some comments that I've missed. So apologies for that, because I've read some of these here. All right, I'm at this one here. Actually, what I might do, where am I? Okay, yeah. So I got another comment here. My first coaster experience was World Expo 88 in Brisbane. Then after that, it was the Lethal Weapon at Movie World when it first opened. And it was a long wait in between. Yeah, I think it was it 3 years in between? I think it was World Expo 88, and I think Movie World opened it opened in 91, but I can't think. Was it part of the opening? I think it was. I think Lethal Weapon wasn't originally there. I think that opened a few years after that again, actually, now that I think about it, because in Main Street, where the bank is now, and yeah, we get the bank is, and at the moment, they've still got the bakery on the other side. There's these big gates, and at the moment, it just goes back a house. But when Lethal Weapon was there, when they had the big Chinese archway, and it said Lethal Weapon, you could walk through there, down there to Lethal Weapon, down the alleyway. But in the early days, there was actually like a firehouse there with a fire truck, like kind of like Disneyland type of thing. Not quite like that, but I think it was white and black. I recently seen something. It might have been on YouTube, and someone actually featured that. So that was opening year, I believe. So I think. But yeah, World Expo 88. Yeah, they did have a cool coaster there. I went on that myself. I think it even went backwards from memory. So yeah, that was so cool. World Expo 88 was just literally so cool. It was awesome. What else we got there? All right. North Carolina and in the US have a Wizard of Oz themed park. Okay. So do we know what that park is called? It's in North Carolina. See if we can find out, see if someone can put a name on there. Someone was asking earlier on if there's another similar type of park to Wizard, or that has like a Wizard of Oz themed land. So it looks like there might be. I haven't been to Aussie World since I was little, and I need to bring Power Rangers to SeaWorld. Yeah. Yeah, Aussie World is definitely a good little park to visit as well when you get time. Most definitely. It's pretty cool up there. They need more Nickelodeon characters at SeaWorld. Yeah, I think they do too, actually. It'd be good to have a bit more. That'd be cool. Are they Nickelodeon? I think, yeah, you're right. I think they're right. I think you're right. I think they are. So that'd be cool. What else we got here? They had the Rugrats. Yeah, they did too. Blue's Clues. Yeah, they might have had that too. Okay, so someone's saying there was a random Wizard of Oz park in the 70s somewhere. Yeah, it might have been. Do I remember Nick Central at Dreamworld? Yeah, definitely. Obviously, where Kenny's Forest Flyer is now, that was the Rugrats roller coaster. In fact, until they painted it just recently, it was still actually the same color, even though it was a Madagascar coaster. It was still the original Rugrats and Nickelodeon colors on there, which is funny. So, I remember when I was. Tahila's saying, I remember when I was little, the original Wiggles performed in Dreamworld. And do they still perform in Dreamworld? I haven't been there in ages. Yeah, they were just there on Friday on the 8th. Not the original Wiggles. So the current Wiggles. So yeah, they were there performing on Friday, just gone. So they do regularly. I think pretty much once a year they'll do a concert there. I couldn't get along. I work, so I couldn't get along. But there's some other YouTubers that have done some videos on that day. Check them out. You search it up. They'll be on YouTube if you want to see the concert. But just to tell you a quick story, talking about the original Wiggles. Doing YouTube, you don't know who watches the videos, right? I mean, I haven't got a massive channel. What have I got? I just over 7,500 subscribers. And I'm very fortunate to have that many, considering it's my weekend hobby, and I'm only really doing 1 to 2 videos a week. You don't know who's watching your videos, right? So I get this message. This was, I think it was earlier this year. I had a message come through LinkedIn saying, "Hey, just want to let you know we love your YouTube videos. My family and I really enjoy them, and you've always entertained us. We watch them all the time, and thanks for putting out the content." And I'm like, "Oh, awesome, thanks so much." Da, da, da. And I didn't really sort of at first look at the name until I sort of saw something that said Wiggles, and Wiggle, and I'm like, "Oh, what's this?" And then I had a proper look, and it was from Greg Page, the original Yellow Wiggle. He reached out to me, and I was like, "Wow, that's crazy." And then, funnily enough, literally a few weeks later, I was at Dreamworld, and I hear my name called out. I turn around, and here is Greg Page with his family on holiday, and they wanted to say hi, and I got to meet the family, and obviously, it was just crazy. And then when he said to me, "Can I get a photo with you?" I'm like, "What?" That's crazy. That blew my mind, because obviously when my daughter was growing up watching the Wiggles, that was the original Wiggles we were watching, and it's crazy. So yeah, you don't know who's watching the videos as well. So But yeah, that blew me away because yeah, he's a wonderful person, entertainer, and he's doing some awesome things at the moment too with Heart of the Nation. So yeah, that was incredible. Um, so yeah, never know who's watching. He's watching as well. Um, do I think the new update to Dreamworld will make it better than the other Gold Coast parks? Look, I always say that I don't think any one of the other parks are better than the others. I think they're just all different and have different offers and different themes, and I think that's they have to. So I won't say it's better. I'd say it's different, and I think that's why people will go. I'll go to Dreamworld for this to experience this. Now I'll go to SeaWorld because they've got this and I can experience that. Now Movie World's got this and that's different again. So yeah, I think I think it's just going to add value to each of the parks. Anything new they put in adds value to that park. Stephen's saying thanks for the offer to help him out with his 2025 trip to the Gold Coast. I've got a lot of thoughts together, and we'll get you when I get a chance. You're doing great, by the way. Thanks, Stephen. Yeah. Anyone who's coming, I quite often have actually, even people that travel interstate, quite often will send me messages on Instagram or email and just ask questions if they haven't been here before. Particularly, they'll ask questions about the Gold Coast and things like that. I've lived here over 21 years. Yeah, I know I know the place like the back of my hand. I know what you can and can't do, the good stuff. You know, yeah, pretty much ask anything. Always happy to help out. That's no problem at all. And thanks, Stephen, so much for the super chat there. I appreciate that. You've written there. It looks like the Land of Oz is the one in North Carolina. Okay, cool. So is it called the Land of Oz, or is it inside another park? Is it like a land inside a park, or is it actually called the Land of Oz? So I think you might be saying it is called the Land of Oz. So interesting. So I might have to look that one up. So if you're interested, so the Land of Oz in North Carolina in the US. So that'd be interesting to see what that's all about. Very cool. Zach Russo, thank you again. Thank you also for the super chat. Thank you very much. It's very kind of you and very appreciated. And thank you so much for being part of the live feed and the interaction as well. That's always appreciated. We'll be doing a massive Christmas light display next year. Awesome. That's going to be exciting. That's going to be really exciting. I don't know how people do it because I get frustrated with a strand of Christmas lights on the Christmas tree when they get tangled and everything. So I don't know how people do whole entire houses. It blows me away. So hats off to you guys that can do all of that stuff. It just blows my mind, and it's just truly spectacular. Do I think SeaWorld in Australia will be getting a new ride where the old Flume observation tower was? And that, yeah, we're not sure what they're doing with that space. I mean, in part of that space, they've put they're landscaping currently and putting a new pathway in to make the park more accessible between point to point. There is still some other space where the ride, where the load unload was. Looks like they could put a flat ride in there, possibly. We would hope so. We would hope so. Even a drop tower type of ride. So we'll keep our eye on everything there, and we'll always let you know if we see any sort of updates there as well. Someone's saying they're going to see the Christmas tree in Brisbane tomorrow. Yeah, I think that is that in this right in the CBD. There's a big, massive Christmas display. I think I've seen it on TV. Looks amazing, and if that's what you're going to see, that should look incredible. Would love to meet you one day, Shane. Yeah, always happy to say hi if you see me at the theme parks. Always happy to pop, stay hi. If you want to grab a photo, I'm more than happy to do that as well. Some people don't ask, and then that later on, when they get home, I was going to ask you, but I was too shy for a photo. But it's fine. I'm happy to have a photo. Quick hello. It's not a problem at all. And obviously, anyone that stops and says hi, you get a Jaggs Journey sticker as well. If you want one, you don't have to take it. If you want one, so that's cool. What else we got here? Okay. it was really so the excuse me, the roller coaster at Dreamworld, which is now Keeney's Forest Flyer. Yeah, just before it was painted, just recently when it was the Madagascar, it was really faded. And obviously the reason why they didn't repaint it is because they knew they were going to retheme it and repaint it to the new colors. So understandable. I just hope they finish the DC Rivals Hypercoaster track paint, because that was started some months ago partially, and then now it's partially faded, partially painted. I know it's a big job, but yeah, they can't have it closed during long periods of time through peak and holidays either. So anyway, we'll see. Oh, someone's saying they Googled about, that was the only Land of Oz, that one in North Carolina. So that's cool. Yeah, all the paint was peeling off. Yeah, it wasn't looking good at all. Taylor's saying she would love to see the original Wiggles perform again, as they were part of her childhood. Yeah, they have done some performances all together again. I think, I don't know, did I read somewhere? I think they were doing something else somewhere. Probably not Dreamworld, but yeah, they do sometimes do that, which is really cool. And I think they have a documentary out. Is it Netflix? Might be on Netflix or one of the streaming channels. I might have got that wrong, but yeah, apparently it's really cool. The original Wiggles. So check that out. I haven't watched it yet. I do plan on watching that at some point. People just saying about how old the coaster looked and before they painted it, which was correct. Movie World has the stars on the ground for the celebrity years. Have I seen any of these people while working? Good question. Okay, so so some of you know I did actually work at the theme parks a while ago. So it's been about 6 years since I last worked at the theme parks. I was very fortunate at that time, though, to have definitely met a lot of famous people that they had through there. In terms of around the fountain, there is some stars and names in that. Opening day, and back in 91, I wasn't there working there or even there on opening day, but they had Clint Eastwood, Mel Gibson, Goldie Hawn. There was, I think, Young Einstein. Yahoo Serious, something like that. There was heaps of major Hollywood stars. Clint Eastwood, I featured this on a video before. He actually poured a beer at the Dirty Harry bar. Obviously, he makes the Dirty Harry movies, and at Movie World. And if you walk in there into the main door, turn around to the left on the wall, there's a photo, quite a big photo of him behind the bar at Movie World pouring the beer, and you can turn around and see exactly where he was standing. So that's pretty cool. When I was working there, I did find I was cleaning out a storage cupboard one day, and I found an autograph book, and it had all of their autographs in it. Every single one of those people. So we obviously handed that to management. So hopefully that's locked away in a safe somewhere at Movie World now. But yeah, it was pretty cool. But when we're talking about famous people, they obviously over the years they had sports people through there and that kind of thing. But probably the biggest, well, definitely the most famous person that I was very fortunate enough to meet, not only meet, but to personally serve there was Taylor Swift. When she was here for a concert in Brisbane on the Saturday night, and then on the Sunday morning they'd asked me to. I was actually one of the managers for retail, and they asked me to come in early Sunday morning to open up Superman's store to have the ride photos. This is when the shop was there. So I sort of don't tell you who's coming. It's obviously just to say there's some people coming through. So yeah, there was Taylor Swift. There was her friend Blake Lively, the actor, and then her husband Ryan Reynolds were there. And so they came off, and they had an entourage, and they had security, armed security, by the way. So, and when they were on the ride, the armed security guards telling me, when you print these photos, I then want to see you delete them off the system. So obviously, we did that. But yeah, when they came off the ride, Taylor and Blake Lively, they came up to me to the counter to see their photos. So we displayed their. I had a staff member there as well, and so he brought the photos up on the screen, and I was just chatting to them just like anyone else that comes off the ride, asking them, did they enjoy the ride? How was it? And I said, I bet it's nothing compared to some of the rides you've probably got in the States, the theme parks over there. And they're saying, oh, yeah, but this is pretty cool. So they were just in that, when people come off that ride and they're just excited and still kind of in that hyped mode, that's just like that. Very nice people, very pleasant to talk to. And yeah, so that was pretty cool. We were told not to have photos or ask for photos, unfortunately, with her. I think some of the market or the actual marketing people who actually took them around, because they also went to Paradise Country as well. I think they were lucky enough to get a few photos just before they left. But we respect what they ask and do the right thing. So we printed the photos, and then I had to go over to Paradise Country and hand those to her as well. So that was pretty cool. We also had when they were filming the movie Kong here at the studios, we had the cast come in one night, and if any of you guys know John Goodman out of the 80s show Roseanne, or Fred Flintstone, he's been in a stack more movies, obviously, like awesome movies as well, including Kong, obviously. So that he was there. There was two of the guys that were out of the movie Straight Out of Compton that had came out, I think, a year or so before that that they were filming there. So they were there, and I actually got photos with them, which I was pretty lucky. They didn't mind. And they were riding the ride. And then John Goodman's, he's actually really tall. And they rode the ride, they came off, and he sort of was rubbing his knee. And then everyone else went on the ride again. And he was just in the shop there with me. And I said, oh, are you okay? And he's like, oh, I hurt my knee on the ride. So I said, okay, do you want me to go and grab you some ice? And I said, and he says, no, I'll be okay. And then, so anyway, I just asked him, how he likes the Gold Coast. And he said, well, what he gets to see of it is nice. Obviously, he's filming, most of the time that he's here. He then bought a bottle of soft drink off me as well. So while we were there waiting for the other people to come back through the ride and that. Nice person, really, really, again, easy to talk to. And I think if you just talk to them and don't sort of, go crazy, then they're just, they enjoy that. They just have a conversation. So that was pretty cool. What else? Who else at Movie World? There's been a few, quite a few people from TV shows that have been like Home and Away stars and that over the years have been through. Lucky enough to have, interactions with them and photos, and obviously with printing photos and things and doing that kind of thing. So I've been pretty lucky. And even outside of the theme park world, I've been pretty lucky just through contacts and people I've known. Probably one of the biggest ones was meeting Destiny's Child back in the year, I think it was 2001 or 2002. I must be 2001, I think. This is in New Zealand, actually, and I had a friend in radio at the time, and they were actually interviewing them and that, but he gave me the hot tip of where they were arriving at the airport, which was a place where only media goes. So I was there. My wife and I were there, and we, as they were coming basically off the plane, or they came out through the side door, they had TV crews there who were trying to interview them. They didn't sort of stop. They were walking, but slowly, but talking. And then, so we were sort of, I was filming with a little handy cam, and actually then my wife was filming. That's right. And I was trying to get the autograph, because in those days we didn't have, flash phones. I think there was the old Nokia phone with the, the stick game on it. It wasn't actually, you couldn't take photos on your phones either. So we had actually a camcorder. But funnily enough, the news camera crews were there as well. I actually got Beyonce to, I managed to catch her and ask her for an autograph. And so she gave me an autograph and handed it to me. And the TV crews actually had filmed that, and that was on the news that night. And I do have a copy of that VHS tape somewhere stored, of Beyonce signing and handing me her autograph. And then obviously there was Michelle and Kelly there as well. So, but yeah, got Beyonce's autograph. That's pretty cool. That was amazing. If anyone's heard of the hip hop group Naughty by Nature, again from the 2000s or the 90s, they're still popular music. They could, Hip Hop Hooray and OPP, all those sort of songs. I was very fortunate enough to meet them as well. In fact, I missed the meeting with them through my friend at the radio station. He called me up. I was running late because I was coming out of work, and it was raining, and it was on and off raining. And I just got to the radio station probably about 15 minutes late. The door was locked. It started raining. There's these big Samoan bouncers standing outside, and I just got talking to them, and they're like, "Oh, we can't open the door." I said, "That's okay. I've missed. I'm late. My fault. Couldn't get out of work on time." And they're like, "Why are you here?" And I'm like, "Well, I was told I could meet Naughty by Nature." And they're like, "Well, we're actually their entourage. If you want to jump in the van here, they'll come out soon." And that's what happened there. They came out, I don't know, half an hour later. They jumped in the van. It was just me and Naughty by Nature. Got to say hi, have a quick chat. I got all their autographs. That was pretty cool. So a couple of stories there for you guys of meeting some famous people. It'd be cool to hear if anyone of you guys have actually had any opportunities to meet some famous people. Whether it be sports people, television, movie stars. It'd be cool to hear as well, because it's a small world, really. You just never know. You just never know who's out there and who you might come across. Now I think I'm just about towards the end of a lot of the comments now. So thanks again for so much interaction, everyone, tonight on the live. It's been awesome, mate. Again, I really appreciate it. Brazil Brush is saying it's my birthday. Well, happy birthday. I hope you have an awesome day, or having an awesome day. Do you know if Movie World is still stocking the Looney Tunes pop vinyls? Yeah, in the Doomsday, or what's it called? Yeah, the store down at the Doomsday area down there. The name has just escaped me. But the Doomsday store down there, when it's open, they have all the pop vinyls. But also, not just there, you'll find the DC superhero store at the front of the park. When you first walk in on the left-hand side, they do also have a range of pop vinyls. That store would have probably more of the DC ones. You might find some Looney Tune ones in there. Maybe even movie memorabilia or boutique store, the boutique store in Main Street. They probably will have some Looney Tune ones as well. You'll find them. They'll be around. Most of them are DC, I think. When I last checked, anyway, I haven't sort of gone looking for a while. What else we got here? So do I ever think SeaWorld will put an observation tower in for the view of Surfers Paradise? Probably not. They used to have a big wheel there that you could actually see, and over that far. You can see the surfers on the Trident and the top of Leviathan as well. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you never know. If there's a demand for it, then maybe. You just never know. I always remember though. Obviously, the monorail. We don't know what's happening. Well, we think we know its history, because obviously the one that's left is still sitting broken down or sitting there in dust in the station. But that is a question someone else is asking as well about the monorail. We don't think it's ever reopening again. But I remember, when I was working for the theme parks, people would often ask, "Oh, what time does the monorail leave to go to Broadbeach?" Because years ago in Broadbeach, there used to be a monorail that went from the Oasis shopping centre over to the casino. And that was just a loop. It just went from Oasis to casino and back. People assumed there was one whole entire track that went from SeaWorld down to Broadbeach. How cool would that have been? If imagine that coming down the beachfront. That'd be awesome, right? That would be cool. But it never did, obviously. So yeah, you never know. They might decide to do something like that, but I don't think there's any plans that we've heard of or that's been announced or anything about that. I've had my Jaggs Journey sticker on the back of my phone, and it was on there for 6 months. And now I want a new one, but never seen it at the parks. Yeah, well, whenever you see me, grab one. The stickers I have, so if you put them on, for example, like let's just say you put them on a car window, they've got a 5-year vinyl on them, so they actually won't fade or anything. Well, it shouldn't for 5 years. But when you put it on your phone, because your phone is in your pocket and rubbing against stuff constantly, the stickers do tend to wear off. This one here is wearing off a bit because it's rubbing against your keys or whatever's in your pocket. But but when it's on a hard surface or on something, they last and last and last. I paid extra for a quality sticker. So yeah, if you see me, let me know. Or if you want to buy some merch, I normally throw in a couple of stickers as well. So so yeah, we can do that. And again, if you do want to buy Jaggs Journeys merch, just message me on Instagram and I'll let you know. Essentially, it's hats. There's some key rings. There's I haven't got it with me. Like the tennis sweatbands that go around your wrist, but they're embroidered. They're black, and it's actually got the logo embroidered into the wristband, and they're made at the same factory as Nike and Champion in China. So they're good quality. I have shirts. We're in the process of sort of looking at a different shirt option. First run, I wasn't overly happy with in just terms of the design and the actual type of shirt that we ended up going for. Some of the sizings were a bit iffy. So really just trying to get the shirt thing sorted out and have a different design, a completely different design, which I've actually finished designing. So that'll be released when we do the new shirt. So we'll show you that later on. Cool. Do you think the mountain in Rivertown will be the same size as the movie one? No. So you're talking about Wild West Falls? No, but I do know it's going to be the same height as the Claw at Dreamworld. So, and again, the theming is going to be insane. Rivertown's theming, it's going to be next level. They're spending more on the theming than the cost of the roller coaster. That's serious money. So you'll be very impressed with Rivertown when that opens at the back end of next year. Especially also with the new vintage cars, the new version of the vintage cars, Murrissippi Motors, that they're putting in around under the coaster. So everyone keeps asking, when are they closing the old ones? Well, obviously not until the new ones are open, because it's a different car. They're putting in electric ones, I believe, new version into Rivertown. And then I think once Rivertown's open, they'll probably then retire the old attraction at the back of the park and potentially redevelop that land, and potentially could see a new attraction out that way or something, which would be exciting. But yeah, so they'll still be there at least for another year at this point, which is good. All right. I hope to catch up one day at the parks. Yep. Usually Saturdays is the best day. Unless it's over the Christmas holidays, I do tend to go and sort of days wherever I can squeeze in, really. I do tend to have a week to two off over that Christmas, New Year's off work. Are you able to eat outside the Dirty Harry bar once you've ordered from outside? Yes, you can. You can bring your food and eat inside there. That's no problem at all. There's plenty of seats in there, inside, outside. So that's cool. I've been seeing stuff all over the place with the original Wiggles. Yeah, I think that's to do with the new documentary they're bringing out. Hopefully it's, I can't wait to see that, actually. I think it's going to be really cool. Zach's saying he's off now. Thanks, Zach, for joining us. Appreciate your time. And I am conscious of the time. We are coming up close to 2 hours again. So we'll close it off by 2 hours, just because obviously it's late for a lot of people that are on here from other parts of Australia, that it might be a time zone ahead, or it might be on the other side of the world and very early in the morning. So I'm conscious of that. And thanks again for everyone. Last few comments now. I think I'm at the toward the back end of the comments, which is really cool. And I appreciate there's been so many comments tonight. I haven't really met anyone famous yet, but I did see One Direction live and Taylor Swift 1989 tour and Reputation tour as well. That's pretty cool. Definitely awesome to be at those concerts and see those people performing live. I never got to see them performing live. I've been to other concerts before, but to actually meet the people it's different again. But it's still cool to see them doing what they do, which is awesome. Someone else is saying they've met, is it Marta Dusseldorp and Richard Reed at Terra Tour. I think I remember when they were there. I know when Richard Reed was anyway. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty awesome. I remember when hearing Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie visited Dreamworld several years ago, and they had the park to themselves. Yeah, it's funny. Angelina Jolie they were here. She was directing a movie here that was being made, and I bumped into her. Basically, bumped into her when I was working at the parks. We had some offices over in the studios, not where I worked out of, but we'd go over there for meetings or whatever. And it's seen her in there before. And also when she was in the Gold Coast, she went and visited Flim Flam's the costume shop. At the time, it was in Nerang. I think it's now in Harbour Town. But yeah, just went in there one day with the kids, do some shopping. That's pretty cool. I also remember actually when I was at Movie World, there was who was it? Oh geez, she was here filming a movie. The name just escaped me. She's quite famous. One of the, I think she's Spanish. Sorry, the name just literally escaped me. I had it a second ago. Someone might pull a name out of the hat, and it might be the one. Yeah, she was here with the kids playing Midway games, just randomly one day. So pretty cool. Pretty cool when they do that, when they just get around. Even when I was at Outback Spectacular, we had a few people come in there. I remember Vinnie Jones. He's an English actor. Got to meet him and do his photos for him as well. There, that was pretty cool. Closest I've been to a famous person would have been at a concert. Yeah, I think most people probably the same. I mean, that's pretty cool though. Seeing, them, your fan of your, idol or whatever it might be, and singing there, doing all their songs and live is obviously unreal. I've still got 5 Jaggs Journey stickers. That's good. Hey Shano, I've seen you so many times at the parks. John McLeod, thanks, John. Yes, enjoy having a chat to you when I do bump into you, mate, and appreciate your support as well for the channel. And I hope the limo business is going well, and all your other interests as well. How much is Jake Journey's hat? I think they were. I have to double check the prices. Those. I think they're 30. So postage has just gone up, by the way, and the boxes are going up. So what we'll do is we actually have an app, the Australia Post app. So we'll work out what you want. Just message us on Instagram. We'll have a look at the actual current pricing for postage where you are and all that, and we'll give you the prices and stuff like that. Yeah, Penelope Cruz. Yeah, that's right. That's who it was. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Penelope Cruz. Bang on. Playing Midway games one day. That was quite some years ago. But yeah, that was pretty cool. Have I been to Australia Zoo? Absolutely. We have a video on the channel as well of our last visit there a couple of years ago now. But love to get back there again another time, because I know they do also change it up there, and they do an awesome job. Australia Zoo is awesome. Really, really is. Love it up there. Love the Africa area too. It's like you're actually in another part of the world. So cool. Cool. I wish I could be live at Coomera and work at one of the parks. Cool. You never know. You just put in an application. That's the parks are always hiring, particularly around September to December. They generally hire. So probably from about August, I'd imagine. I'll have a look at your White Christmas video when I have time. Thanks very much. Yep. I hope you enjoy the White Christmas video. I think it's a good video, and the comments I'm getting back so far is all positive. So thanks heaps for your support there. When would I next go to the Aussie Zoo? I don't know, actually. Maybe over summer. We'll just see. It just, again, depends on time. It's a fair distance from here, so I got to sort of plan it in. Yeah. Do I miss Wickham Village Roadshow? Yes and no. Yeah, I mean, it's when you're doing a job there. Whilst it's cool, it's a place to work, and it is. You're walking past Batman and all that, but you got a job to do, and there's obviously a business to run, and like any job or any business, there's pressure, there's KPIs, there's expectations. It's pretty full on. It's fast paced. I loved it, and I was there for probably in total around 11 years. So I think it was in two lots though, because I did leave after I think it was 6 years, and then I did a couple other things with repping, and then went back for another 7 years, I think it was. So, yeah, I do. But then again, I also enjoy going there, enjoying the parks more as a guest now, but I can appreciate what goes into running those parks. I tell you what, those events just don't turn themselves on. You know what I mean? Like, so much planning. It's crazy. Everything that you see has been planned and thought of and costed, bought in advance or whatever it might be. Printed, there's signage, there's staffing, there's just so much. There's so much goes into it. And when you're there as a guest and experience it, whilst they're not always. The first night's always can always be a bit wobbly, right? It's like the 3-wheel bike with one of the wheels starts wobbling when you're going down the hill. Because you've planned as much as you can plan. Sometimes things don't go to plan, but you know what? A lot of the times it's only the people that are running it that realize that. Some guests, they might pick up on it. If you're going all the time, you might pick up on, hey, that wasn't a bit ordinary tonight or whatever. But I can tell you, hand on heart, like I was there opening night, White Christmas, loved it. I wasn't looking for anything. Obviously, that was wrong, but sometimes the power that goes out or whatever, I didn't see any issues. So you know what? They do an awesome job, and I enjoy visiting the parks as a guest and being able to showcase it to you guys through my videos. Cool. That's all the questions I'm up to. So loving the Funko Pops. Thank you very much. Oh, some more questions are coming through. Are you allowed to film inside Infinity and Surfers? I don't believe so, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah, maybe with a GoPro. I don't know, but it's very dark in there as well. And I don't know how good the video quality would actually end up being as well. So yeah, there are lasers and stuff and that. It's a cool attraction. If you haven't been, check out Infinity and Surfers. It's a bit of a walkthrough, a bit of fun. It's pretty cool. Cool. Well, again, I just want to thank everyone for jumping on the live. I think we did cover off pretty much everything. Other than I did put something on Instagram today. Looks like the Dora's Carousel at SeaWorld is now finally reopened again. I think it opened on the weekend just gone. So that's awesome for SeaWorld. Finally, it's been closed for so long. So now it's finally open again. So Dora's Carousel is now open. Fantastic. Don't forget, you can meet Santa also at SeaWorld in the plaza. And it's more of a Gold Coast Santa. So Santa's on his throne, but there's a couple of surfboards and a couple of jet skis as well next to him. So great photo opportunity there. And also for SeaWorld, the Vortex, that's now reopening on the 23rd of December. All right, so it looks like it's been extended. So 23rd of December, Vortex will be open. Okay. Pathway is still under construction between Storm and the Plaza. So that's cool. Yeah, and again, I think the Flyers had a temporary closure today, probably due to wind, I'd imagine. Or it might be closed a bit longer. Someone's just saying on there, I believe the Flyer will. Oh, sorry, no, we're talking about. No, I think we're talking about the Trident. So, someone's saying they believe the Dreamworld Flyer will be open this coming weekend. So that's awesome. That's awesome news. Hopefully, it will be, and yeah. That'd be great to see. So, we might get down there and see it in action. That would be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, other than that, I think we covered off everything for Dreamworld and we covered off everything for Movie World as well. So, thanks everyone for jumping on tonight. We will cut it here. It's been 2 hours. Thanks heaps for those that have stayed on for the whole entire 2 hours. I can't believe it's been that long. It only feels like I've been talking for about 40 minutes. So, thanks for the interaction. I really appreciate it. Someone in there is just saying that they're in Port Douglas and and they might be getting hit by the cyclone. Yeah, look, really sorry to hear that. I did hear that today on the news that that cyclone potentially could be crossing around the Port Douglas area. I hope you have a plan in place or can get out and evacuate soon and stay safe. Just remember, things can be replaced, but your lives can't. So first and foremost, your lives and your pets and your family and friends, get to an area where you are safe. And I wish you all the best for that. It's definitely not a fun time to be in a cyclone. So if anyone else is also up that part of Australia, please take care and be as safe as you can up there. I hope it's not too bad of damage and things. Someone's saying they sent me an email. Some of the new Aussie World ride construction. So thank you. I'll check it out. I'll have a look at that, and if it's okay to post it, I'll obviously tag you in as supplying the photos. And by the way, I do get photos through from quite a few people during the week that are at the parks more than I am, because I obviously work full time. So if you're at the parks and you see a new attraction that's under construction or something new that's popped up, or they start testing something, and if you'd like to send me the vertical video or a photo, and if you give me permission, I'll be happy to post it on Instagram. Obviously, I'll tag you as the person supplying the image or the video, but it just helps keep everyone informed during the week as well. So then typically what I'll do is post that stuff during the week, and then on the weekend, if there's something that really exciting and major that's happened, then I'll try and get down and pop a little video together so you guys can have a good look at that on the Sunday night as well. So thank you so much for sending that through, and thanks to everyone else who sends things through regularly as well. It's always greatly appreciated. Cool. Once again, we're going to leave that there. So thank you so much, everyone who's joined me tonight on the live stream. Every Monday night, 8 p.m. Queensland time, we'll be on here doing what we do. And if you've got some other questions, feel free to email them through during the week if you'd like, jaggsjourneysgc@gmail.com. And we can also go through some on there as well. So, but thanks heaps for the interaction. I hope you guys are enjoying this live stream every Monday night. I appreciate you taking your time out of your Monday night to join as well. I sincerely appreciate that, and appreciate everyone's support for Jaggs Journeys. Don't forget, it's free to subscribe. It would help me up heaps. If you're not subscribed, if you could subscribe, share the channel, like the videos, shows me you care, helps me out. One day I might be able to do this full time. You never know. We can do more videos. We can do more content for you guys in the future. But for now, I'm going to leave it right there. Don't forget, if you are at any of the Gold Coast theme parks, particularly on the weekends, why don't you ask the staff on the way in, hey, it's Jaggs Journeys here today? You just never know. I might be there. And they do. People are asking. They often get the people on the way in saying, oh, people are asking if you're here today. So you never know where I might be. Anyway, guys, thanks again. Have an awesome week. And we'll look forward to putting some more content out and a video again this weekend. Until then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next journey.